Top 5 reasons why the R36 is still not here. The R35 GTR was unveiled in 2007. It was the successor of the Skyline GTR, a high-performance variant of the Nissan Skyline. Instead of having the Skyline name, the GTR was totally a different car model, as the Skyline name was shifted to be used as a luxury sport vehicles in Nissan. The GTR has been a very successful entry-level supercar in the racing scene, tuning scene, and mostly on social media. This car have created a tremendous tuner cult and made it one of the dream cars for any JDM enthusiasts. In this video, we look at why its successor has not surfaced yet, and why Nissan is having difficulties replacing the legendary R35 GTR. Number 5. Old tech but still potent. As most of the car enthusiasts complain, the R35 GTR is really old now, and it's still using a 6-speed only dual clutch transmission, and gauges are so analog. Yes, they are not wrong there. However, when you look at the 0 to 60 miles per hour, it could still do 2.7 seconds and 10.8 mile. On today's race standards, those are still very quick. It even kept up and beaten the new Honda NSX when it debuted in a drag race. To think the NSX has electric motors that assisted the internal combustion power plant. Number 4. Constant evolving segment of a car. The R35 GTR is supposed to be a giant killer of a supercar. It was supposed to be the $100,000 supercar that could embarrass other supercars twice, or even 3 times its price range. However, in the recent years, Nissan had capitalized on its success and increased its price significantly. Now, if you look at the history of Godzilla, it started to be a simple rear-wheel drive sports car that dominated the Japanese racetracks. Then the R32 GTR came, and with it, a complicated all-wheel drive system and rear-wheel steering mechanism. Now for the R35, it further pushed the envelope of evolution. It brought Nissan's first-of-its-kind quick-shifting dual-clutch and rear-mounted transmission. Now when you look at the competition, the Toyota Supra, it stuck to its proven formula of a sports, rear-wheel drive, turbo, beefy engine, and now a manual transmission. Can you see the pattern here? Nissan would require another technological marvel on to the R36, and with this, unfortunately, it requires a tremendous amount of financial resources for R&D. In short, it's not easy to replace the R35 GTR. Number 3. Nissan is broke. With recent CEO dramas, well, not really recent, it shook the company within and down to its investors. Some got scared and totally left Nissan. And previous CEO's decision on cheaping out on car parts development for the whole range of their cars in the early 2000s. It unfortunately affected car sales, since loyal customers have moved to other brands due to their cars becoming a lemon of a car. Even though Nissan invested on EV technology and was even considered pioneers for introducing the robust Leaf, Nissan did not pursue further development on electric vehicles, and now the Leaf is not making any noise in the EV world. So with dwindling car sales, it is safe to say the R36 is at risk of not being developed, or worse, would get cancelled totally, and Nissan follows the footsteps of Mitsubishi, where they make boring SUVs only. Knock on wood, it wouldn't happen. Now before we proceed, we'll be making more of these Skyline related videos, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Anyway, let's go back to number 2. Gamble on sales. With Nissan currently having financial pressures within their company, they have looked back in history to hopefully figure their current problems. In the mid-1980s, Nissan was having financial problems within the company and nearing to be broke and bankrupt. Instead of shifting its range to making boring fuel-saver cars, Nissan took a huge bet and focused more on developing performance cars. Thus the 901 movement was born. Nissan was aimed to produce the best handling performance cars by the 1990s. It paved the way to cars like the S13 Silvia, Z32 Fairlady Z, and the quintessential R32 GTR Skyline. Their bet took off, and they were making money again, as the sales of the R32 GTR Skyline alone reached almost 44,000 units in the span of 5 years. Now, Nissan is betting again on that movement, which is led by the new Z. Good news is, the new Z has been welcomed with positive reviews by car enthusiasts, and most importantly on social media. We here in JDM Lifeline just hope that their gamble this time will still be on their favor, and we can see more fun sports cars from their lineup, and possibly will continue the development of the new and enhanced Godzilla. Yes, we know the R32 GTR is the true Godzilla, but just think of it this way: if the R36 GTR gets released, this is somewhat like the mechanized version of Godzilla and comes with it a bunch of race-conquering upgrades. Number 1. Different perspective of the new generation. With the new generation being more globally awoke, they think owning cars provides more downsides than good, as it would greatly affect the ever-dynamic problem of the world, which is climate change, and with lesser people buying cars, it could generally affect the development of the R36 GTR, and thus making it even difficult to have a replacement of the infamous R35 GTR. Also, governments of the world mandating the stop of the sales of new petrol-powered cars on the year 2030 and beyond. Now, with these environmental challenges, Nissan would need to develop the R36 as an eco-friendly and yet a race-dominating beast. Now, with that said challenges Nissan needed to take, we at JDM Lifeline would suggest to make the Nissan R36 GTR to have Skyline nameplate again. Not only it would sound cool, but it would maybe save Nissan a bit of money, as the platform would be shared through its Skyline lineup, or in this case their Infinity range. What do you think, guys and gals? Do you agree on our ideas? Or did we miss some more possible reasons? Please share it down on the comments, and we can discuss further on possible ways for Nissan to have the R36 GTR Skyline.